I'm very excited to take a look at this table. So let's jump on in. First board, so we have four very strong players. One very strong regular partnership, Lauria and Versace from Italy. I've played an enormous amount of bridge against those guys in the past. And then we got Bilde playing with Augustin Madala. Maybe a bit of a less practiced partnership, but two very strong players there as well. So this should be an excellent table to take a look at. First board, East opens 2 no trump. He has a 21 count. There's a little bit of a pause from South. I don't think he's going to come in with some bid like 3 no trump for the minors. That would just be a little too much. But there was a little bit of a hesitation, so I was curious as to whether or not something might happen. But 2 no, 3 clubs, 3 diamonds. They're having some sort of puppet stamen type auction. So 3 diamonds just shows no 5-card major, 3 spades showing hearts. And hey, Allie, do I ever sleep? Well, I've been sleeping during the day. Yeah, I think my problem yesterday was that I was up for so long it caused my brain to go out of whack. So I woke up with a bit of a headache today, but I am a little bit more well rested. Hopefully that means I can make it through the coverage today, and by tomorrow, hopefully the headache will be gone and we'll be back on a good schedule. But it's good to see you. Happy that you're here hanging out with us today. Hey, Kareem. So East-West found a heart fit. West looks like they, I guess, just retransferred to hearts. So 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, 3 spades, showing 4-card heart support, and 4 clubs by East basically just showed a maximum, which is what he's got, 21, all aces and kings mostly, 4-card heart suit. 4 diamonds here was just a retransfer, not some sort of Cupid forward going for slam. I mean, West is looking at a kind of a balanced 6 count, so no real slam interest. Get the Queen of Diamonds lead, around to declare as ace. Not really too much work to be done here. Even if declare elects to pull all 4 rounds of trumps, the spade finesse is working, and declare may, at some point, rough a diamond on the way. Pitches other diamond loser on the 3rd round of clubs. I'm thinking 10 tricks is going to be what happens. You know, once declare finds out that the hearts are splitting badly, North probably will duck this trick. He can rough a diamond immediately, then play 3 rounds of clubs, pitching his diamond loser. North will be roughing in with the trump on the 3rd round of clubs, but then with the spade queen on side, declare can take the rest, save the heart ace. It's not like 100%. I mean, I'm not sure I even see a 100% line for declare from here. Maybe roughing both diamonds in the East hand has some merit. Like diamond rough now, club to the king, diamond rough. Okay, declare just electing to pull trumps, it looks like. Oh, actually, this is a much better plan. I hadn't even considered this. Still haven't woken up yet, I guess. But yeah, now declare, because he knows that South is the one with the remaining diamond, is completely safe to strand this diamond loser over here. He can now safely play 3 rounds of clubs, pitching the diamond loser. Might not take the spade hook. Ooh, South has pitched all of his clubs, actually, at this point. He's a robot? Who's a robot? Me? I am a robot. That's true. I mean, South was getting a little bit squeezed. It's true, if South had pitched a spade here, then Declare could have played 2 spades, squeezing South in the minor suit, so maybe Declare was actually just en route to taking 11 tricks, regardless of the defense. Wow. What happened in the other room? I mean, not only did they only reach 3 hearts, but... Ooh. That's, something must have gone wrong in the East-West auction, because, I mean, East has a full 21. West should 100% be game forcing opposite any sort of 2-0 opener that includes 20 high card points. I don't know. Something bad has happened. Oh, okay, never mind. We get a VU-graph error, maybe? Because the score was adjusted to 4 hearts making. Got it. On to board 2. So East opens a club and South has this like 18 count, 6 card heart suit. Probably a little bit too good to just to overcall 1 heart. So we get a takeout double, pass by West, a spade by North, pass by East. South will surely bid 2 hearts now. I mean, I can't imagine doing anything other than 2 hearts. It is a pretty good hand, but I mean, takeout double followed by your own suit already shows that. Queen Doubleton of clubs is not necessarily a good value yet. But maybe what Madala is thinking here is that 3 no trump might be the contract he should angle for, with 7 tricks in his own hand. If partner has a club stopper and maybe the ace of spades or something, you know, jack third of clubs, ace 10 of spades, you're going to be in good shape to make 9 tricks in no trump as opposed to trying to take 10 tricks in hearts. So he does bid 2 clubs. It's still a little difficult to say how South is going to proceed from here. Thank you for trying to time out DT. Still in the ban zone, but always good to check. Because if North-South don't have a club stopper, then South probably does want to play in 4 hearts. Hasn't North got a club stopper? Well, I think North was a little worried that 2 no trump might have gotten past. And also from North's perspective, they might just have a 5-3 spade fight. So North wanted to, you know, make sure that he was game forcing over the 2 club bid, because they weren't yet. Like, North has a complete maximum for just his original 1 spade overcall. But he wasn't sure what the right contract was. Like, the right contract could have been 3 no trump, it could have been 4 spades. So he was just making his maximum flexible bid here of 3 clubs, rather than just blasting 3 no or jumping in spades or something like that. So 3 clubs, 3 hearts by South, 3 no by North. looks like they got to an okay spot. Declarer has, I mean, after this lead, Declarer has 2 diamonds, 6 hearts, and a club that he can bring home. But the fact that West never gets in means that even on a club opening lead, you know, East was going to have to give up 2 club tricks if he wanted to set up the club suit, or 2 diamond tricks if he switched to diamonds, or maybe just give Declarer access to the King 10 of spades as a trick. 4 hearts doesn't make. Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of one of the main reasons. I mean, with the Queen of Spades offside, North-South just have 2 spades, a club, and a diamond to lose. So, yeah, I think Madala did something smart in the auction rather than just making the takeout double and bidding his own heart suit, realizing that 9 tricks might be a lot easier than 10 with the hand that he held. So well done to reach 3-0. Well, the Queen of Diamonds held the first trick. I mean, obviously Declarer knows what's going on in the diamond suit, both from the opening bid and the opening lead. So he'll be quite comfortable to just win a hardened hand, take a diamond finesse, knock out the club ace, take his 9 tricks. How is Bobby today? I don't know any Bobbies. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you. Bobby from the Brady bunch? I really don't know him. I'm not familiar. I'm sure he's doing great, though. He seems like a good kid. Also, isn't Bobby from the Brady bunch like 50 now? He's probably older than that. He's probably like in his mid-60s. Maybe not so much of a kid anymore. Ooh. The Ace of Spades is cashed. That's, well, that was a bit of an adventure. Hoping that West had the Spade King, I guess. I mean, I think if you're going to do that, you should lead a low spade, right? Your partner could have had King Doubleton. But yeah, I mean, that was very optimistic from East to go after spades for tricks, and it did cost him an over trick. On to board 3, so we do have a couple of pretty flat boards, I would say, to start off. Maybe an over trick here or there on the hands, but 2 game contracts bid. I expect that last one to be duplicated at the other table. Like, even if South were to show a single suited heart hand with a, double and then bid hearts, North just has a club stopper and no heart fit immediately, so would try something like 2-0, and that'll get raised. Pass by South, we get a no trump by West, 16 count. North has the option to show a diamond suit if he wants, but elects not to. It's a pretty bad diamond suit, and something that he might be thinking is, like, the opponents are vulnerable. If we have a good diamond fit, maybe I can just beat a no trump a few tricks and score up like plus 15. 15 count? I said plus 15, I meant like plus 200. 15 count, you're right, it is a 15 count. It looks like a much better hand than it is, despite being 4-3-3. There's a bunch of spot cards, 2 9s, lots of aces and kings. Yeah, it's the best kind of shape for no trump, 4-3-3-3. Wow. So South being a little bit ambitious. A passed hand, he has a 7 count, a no trump pass. He elects to double, showing the majors. And we saw earlier, so Bilde and Madala are playing for Daisy Chain, and they had a bit of an auction mix-up in No Trump auction in the past, where one of them thought they were playing Transfer Lebensal, and the others thought that they were just playing some sort of like natural system. So I'm wondering about this 2-diamond bid, if this is going to get interpreted properly. I guess we'll see. I mean, 2-diamonds got alerted by North. Or at least it was alerted by the VuGraph operator. Two diamonds doubled down 1, you think is the contract? Jeez. This is a bit of a wild auction. So there are a lot of things that could have happened differently here, I think. I mean, for starters, North has a 12 count. The opponents are vulnerable, and his partner doubled to presumably show like a maximum passed hand of some sort as South. So I think North probably could have just passed out the double of 1 no and gone for blood that way. Especially with a bit of a misfit for his hand and his partner's. Yeah, North couldn't find a good lead. I don't know if you're trying to be joking about that, but it's kind of true that like a diamond your suit might not be all that productive, and so maybe it's better to guess at one of partner's major suits, but then you don't really know which one to lead from your ace-jack third or doubleton spade. So that was a possibility, but Dennis kind of quickly bid 2 diamonds, which I assume he's interpreting as natural. East doubled. No idea what double is by East. And West, of course, with diamonds being his best suit, elects to pass. I think Dennis is going to run. Like, if we were later in the match and there were some state of the match considerations, I think this would be an excellent spot to go for a swing. Like, if 2 diamonds doubled makes, this could be a huge result. But his diamond suit is so weak, the opponents might be on a little bit of uneven ground, and yet have still elected to defend 2 diamonds doubled. So I think that strongly suggests that one of them has a long diamond suit, possibly the no trump opener, which is bad news for him. And he might just have a heart fit, as long as he trusts his partner's double as both majors here. They might just have a 5-3 heart fit, like South easily could have 5 hearts and 4 spades. Ooh, he does decide to pass. Two spades north-south might make. Yeah. Well, we get a diamond lead. Trump lead is often just preferred against low-level doubled part scores, because one of the ways these doubled part scores can make is if declare ends up getting roughs in the dummy in the short trump hand, and so just preventing any sort of roughs from the south hand will help out the defense quite often. So diamond lead to the ace. Declare has some problems. Looks like he's just electing to try and knock out the club ace, put the opponents on lead, and hope that they give him tricks in one of the suits. The fact that the spade jack is offside is going to work against his wishes. So 2 rounds of clubs, East will win the ace. And the defense needs to be a little careful. You know, Lauria has not only given club count, but had an opportunity to give suit preference, and has suit preference for hearts, which is why Versace was able to switch to a low heart here. Maybe the 9 of hearts would have been a better switch, because that would have said, I don't want you to continue the heart suit. So Declare has been able to, you know, successfully finagle the opponents into leading a couple hearts for him and collecting 2 heart tricks. I'm not sure if it mattered. I mean, it looked like West was getting repeatedly unplayed anyway, even if the defense had played 3 rounds of spades, tapping Declare. North was just going to exit a diamond, and West would then be, you know, end played in 3 suits. Couldn't lead a diamond, he would set up the 10. Couldn't lead a club, that would give access to the jack of clubs and dummy. Heart return. But I think now the same end play... No, the same end play doesn't exist. I was thinking like Declare could just like cash the heart ace and then exit a spade and do a bit of the same thing, but once the ace of hearts and 2 spades are gone, you know, West can just safely exit a club. Declare will be forced to ref his club winner. So from here, it looks like the defense is going to come to 3 diamonds and 2 spades for 2 down. 300 for East-West, which is going to be a substantial result for them. I think they're going to be very excited about getting plus 300 on this, you know, otherwise part score deal. What happened at the other table? Ooh, I was going to say it's hard to score 3 imps against 630, because 500 against 630 would be 4 imps. But 3 no trump doubled by South, making exactly. How did we get there? East opened a diamond, take out double by South, a spade by North, and we get this 2 heart bid by South. So I like Madala's decision at this table a little better than 2 hearts, but you can't really fault the guy for saying I have a hand that's too good to overcall 1 heart, which is exactly what he's got. 3 diamonds by North looks a little strange to me. I guess it's fine, actually. Actually, the 3 diamond bid makes perfect sense, right? Like, North just has a game-forcing hand, wants to find out about 3-card spade support, doesn't have a diamond stopper. Yeah, I don't know what I'm smoking. 3 diamonds is perfect. And South with the diamond stopper bids 3 no. Pass. East elects to double, asking for a spade lead, which I imagine is what we got. No. Okay. That doesn't look like a spade. That looks like a diamond to me. Still looks like a diamond. Okay, maybe next time when I click this button it'll be a spade. No, it's still just a diamond. Well, I mean, the whole point of double, I think, and it's good to have some sort of agreement about this, whether double asks for dummy's first bid suit or double asks for your own suit. But here, East can't have a real diamond suit, right? East would have rebid 2 diamonds over spade if he had a real diamond suit. So I think this double probably should be asking for a spade. Anyway, Declare had no trouble making 9 tricks. We do get the expected down 2 and 2 diamonds doubled. So Vinci is off to a pretty good start. I mean, they picked up a few over tricks on a couple of these boards, got doubled in 3-0 at one table and made it, and now have collected 300 against a part score. Not an insurmountable lead after just 3 boards out of 56, but you know, if the first quarter of play continues going this way, maybe Bilde and Madala, depending on seeding rates, might ask to play against a different pair. So 3 passes to a club. Spade by North. I wonder how good South thinks his hand is, because a bid such as 4 diamonds might be possible. So he does elect to game force, but thinks that there's no chance opposite a passed hand partner he can make a slam. He's probably right about that. I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about the possibilities, but you know, some sort of suit like king 5th of spades and the queen doubleton of clubs, along with the heart ace. It's a 9 count. I mean, I think we're getting close to making a slam opposite that hand. So, like, in general, I would say it's a little surprising if you have shortness to not splinter here, because that'll let your partner bid more if he has a fitting hand. But Madala's decision was just based on the fact that his partner was a passed hand. And they probably would have ended up in 4 spades anyway, despite the diamond splinter. North with club shortness opposite his partner's suit, probably not going to be too happy. A club, a spade, 2 spades, 4 clubs. Ooh, you know what? Back that up one bid. So a club, a spade, 4 clubs would also show this hand type. I mean, not exactly. It would tend to show a hand that's like more picturesque, like a solid 6-card club suit, for example, and 4-card spade support. But let's see, a club, a spade, 2 spades, 4 clubs. 4 clubs by responder would be a splinter. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. So look at this. In the other room, both Norths electing not to bid, despite being favorable vulnerability, over a no trump, I think under the same pretense that if we have a diamond fit, one no trump might go down a couple tricks. And in the other room, South was less aggressive with balancing and actually earned their side 11 imps by passing out a no trump. So Declare appears to be just like trying to set up the club suit. Or not. Okay, ace of clubs. Yes, well played, well played. We're having some more expert Vugraph operating here. This feels a little scary to me. Cashing 2 rounds of clubs before playing another. Was there any bidding? There was no bidding on the auction. It felt a little more natural to just rough a club low first, rather than, you know, cashing the ace-king of clubs. I mean, if East had over-roughed that 3rd round of clubs and continued to trump or something, maybe Declare would be getting in trouble. But with the clubs splitting, trumps splitting, basically everything splitting, there's going to be no issue, and 12 tricks. Now, I guess on the flip side, maybe if the clubs didn't split, Declare was just hoping to score 10 tricks on a cross ruff, ace, king, ace, pull one round of trumps, and score 6 more spade tricks somehow. So that is a reasonable thought as well. It looks like maybe that's what Dennis was going for. On to board 5. So we get a heart by north. We'll see 2 hearts by south. West probably makes a takeout double. And, I mean, what do you do as East? East has an okay hand. I think just 3 diamonds is good enough. Like, Jack third of hearts is obviously not a particularly working card. Okay, he tries 2-no. I'm actually not sure what this 2-no bid means. It could depend on their system. Okay, well now I'm pretty sure I know what it means. It means bid your better minor. Like, some people will play Lebensal here, so I was curious as to whether or not Lauria was going to treat this as like a weak hand and just 2-no trump into 3 diamonds. But yeah, if they have a conventional agreement that 2-no is both minors, then you can do that, of course. This is a situation where 2-no is definitely not natural. I think I've mentioned that a few times before, but it's much more useful to have 2-no trump just be an artificial something or other than play it as natural. You think 2-no is the second most misunderstood bid in bridge, only with double being the first, because I think that might only be because the frequency of doubles. Like, if we're comparing the percentage of times that 2-no is misunderstood compared to the percentage of times that double is misunderstood, 2-no trump might be the winner. But double just comes up much more often. So 2 rounds of hearts. The defense can, of course, tap Declare if they want to, which looks like the right plan. I mean, South might even find the diamond switch. A low diamond switch would be quite strong defensively. Okay, he goes with a spade, which, you know, might look a little attractive given the dummy itself. Like, we don't want to switch to clubs, we don't want to switch to diamonds away from the king, but a low diamond would have set up a diamond ruff for north. You sometimes pretend you're writing a book about 2-no trump bids. How long is the book? I expect that a 2-no trump book would either be very short or very long, kind of like the Polish club opener. Well, Declare is not out of the woods yet. I mean, if he knew that he could just run the 10 of clubs, he would probably do that now. And maybe he should. South has turned up with the heart ace already. So Declare could just run the 10 of clubs, ruff the heart return, cash 2 clubs, pitch 3 diamonds on the ace, king, jack of spades, and make the contract from there. I don't really see an alternative line. Like, it's true that Declare could, for example, ruff the Jack of Hearts and play 3 spades pitching diamonds immediately. But it looks like you still need South to have the Jack of Clubs for this plan to work, because eventually you're going to end up roughing the 3rd round of diamonds in the dummy. And so if North is able to over-ruff that, then, you know, you may as well have just taken a club finesse. But, I mean, he's obviously thinking about something, right? He's probably pretty certain that North has the club ace for the opening bid. And then the question just becomes, what do I do about the Jack? Well, okay, so he goes with low club to the king. Which is perfectly fine. At least so far. Now he just needs to kind of blow open the diamond suit, diamond to the ace, and take the club finesse. Wait, is this fine? Oh, well, it is because the spades are splitting. This is, I think, why it was important to run the 10 of clubs earlier. Hey, Rob. Welcome, welcome. I wonder if Declarer is, like, realizing that now. That if he plays a diamond to the ace and leads the 10 of clubs and it gets covered, he can't pull trumps ending in hand, and therefore he is going to have his spades stranded. You think we have the quorum of Robs? How's my sleep pattern? It's getting better. I've only been up for a few hours now, so I'm like much more well rested. But I think I threw something off by doing like 20 hours yesterday or whatever. So an insomnia of Robs, that's like a murder of crows. Or, oh, what was my favorite? A steal of Robs? Oh, geez, this match is already getting out of hand. We might see a concession after the first quarter. I mean, I don't think that's true, but we do have quite a few imps have already been swung. So how did they get to 6 spades? Club, a heart, transfer to spades, so a heart showing 4 or more spades. 2 no, showing like a 4-card raise of spades, good hand. 3 clubs, asking. 3 diamonds, probably diamond shortness. Oh, maybe it's a bit more sophisticated than that. I mean, it looks like North relayed and South described his hand, presumably showing the short diamond. 4 hearts, some sort of last train, 4 no trump asking, 5 hearts showing 2 without the queen, and then 6 spades. Where is the double of a heart bid? By who? East is going to be on lead. Oh, East is not going to be on lead. Oh, actually, that's maybe a fair point. Well, the only person who bid hearts in the auction was North, so East would have had to double. But yeah, because North hadn't bid spades ever yet, maybe East could have doubled 3 hearts. It's not entirely clear that East should be doubling hearts, because that might just let Declare guess a king-jack combination that otherwise he would have, you know, a 50-50 guess at. Or 4 hearts or 5 hearts. Yeah, like East could have doubled 4 or 5 hearts. And I mean, maybe you can argue that to avoid this kind of disaster, you probably should. But if the opponents are, you know, having some sort of sensible auction, and you think that they do have a heart control, then maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to shed some positive light on the decision not to double heart bid. I think you're probably right. East should have doubled 4 or 5 hearts. That would have avoided this disaster. I mean, what would have happened is that the opponents would have discovered they don't have a heart control and stopped in the 4 level, or even the 5 level, maybe. But yeah, East elected not to, and it cost him dearly. Could have been a big win. Well, 28-0 after 4 boards is... that's going to be tough to come back from. Board 6. Your regular partner and you play reverse count against slams. Except when they don't ask for aces, and then you play reverse attitude. I don't get it. I assume there's a joke in here somewhere. I mean, you did say Brad slams. Maybe that is the joke, that these are the kinds of slams that Brad bids. Wait a second. Isn't your partner Brad sometimes? I think Brad sent me a hand that you and he played. So your Brad partner and you have developed anti-Brad strategies for when he gets cloned and you play against him at the same event. Oh, I see. So what you're saying is that sometimes the opponents fake like they have a singleton in a suit, and so you give count in those scenarios to try and cash 2 tricks. And other times you might just be able to cash a bunch of aces because they didn't go through keycard. I think I'm understanding a little bit. Well, daisy chain's on the board. So 3 clubs went down 1, and at the other table they got 2. Wait, 3 clubs went down 1? Oh no. I see. Declare elected to cash the club queen. And I think this might have been an artifact of the decision to not run take the club finesse on the first round of the suit. Like when Declare was in dummy with the spade queen here, I had suggested running the 10 of clubs to finesse south for the jack. Instead, he elected to play north for ace-jack doubleton, basically. Much less percentage, but obviously it's counterbalanced a little bit by the fact that north opened the bidding and is more likely to have missing high cards for that reason. But with that going down and east-west having no issues whatsoever in a 3-diamond contract the other way, that is 5 imps. So the match gets closer. How did we get to this contract? I mean, South has a huge hand here. South opens a club. We get a takeout double by West. North doesn't bid, and so that's an important thing to understand from South's perspective moving forward in this auction, that partner was unable to find a bid over takeout double, and therefore game is starting to seem a lot less likely. So 1 heart by East. South does bid 2 diamonds, showing a very, very strong hand. North makes a bump to 3 diamonds, showing a little bit of values. As South decides to pass, I think it's sensible. You know, the king doubleton of spades is probably 2 losers, and we can't really believe that partner has both minor suit kings for a failure to bid on the first round of the auction. So if they have just one, it looks like we might have 9 tricks or 10 tricks. We get the king of hearts lead. Well, this is going to be disappointing for South, because given the takeout double, I think it's very likely West has exactly king doubleton of clubs, which means that on a normal diamond split, either 5 diamonds or 5 clubs is gonna work out just fine. Actually, I guess 5 clubs is kind of necessary, right? If you get tapped a few too many times in hearts, you can't really set up the club suit in a diamond contract. But nonetheless, I mean, this will probably get at least a plus score for North-South, which could be welcome. So, I mean, East-West have a fairly large heart fit and never really found it. West could have bid 2 hearts here with his 4-card heart support. I mean, king, queen, 4th is great. But West probably senses that something weird is happening and doesn't want to stick his neck out, right? Like, North couldn't bid. His partner is a passed hand and responded only 1 heart to the takeout double. South has showed a monster of a hand with this 2 diamond bid. And he's sitting on, you know, like, what is this? 13 count is what he had at the start of the auction. So you know, I don't blame South for being a little more or not South, West for being a little more pessimistic about his side's chances. You say 3 hearts makes and 3 spades also. Almost 3-0 North-South. Yeah, probably not 3-0. This is clever. I mean, the way the hand is played out, Declare has done quite well for himself. Being able to set up the clubs, and he kept communications because the opponents didn't continue the club suit. Well, I mean, once again, a plus score, but a chance for Vinci to pick up a handful more imps if they do bid to 5 clubs on that one. On to board 7, so this will be the halfway point once we finish this board, at least for the segment. Yeah, so Madala, I mean, I guess I could say that a lot of bridge players have particular assets of the game that they're very good at, and Augustin Madala is an exceptionally good Declare player. So no surprise there that he found a way to manage the difficult communications on that hand very nicely. You got a lurk now. See you later, Rob. Have a good lurk. 2 passes, a diamond by North, a heart by South. We will see... So 1 spade by North. Oh, never mind. I was going to say that some players bypass a 4-card spade suit here to just rebid a no trump when they have a minimum hand. no real reason to tell the opponents that they should be leading spades against your no trump contract. But Dennis does bid a spade, and the alert on one spade might indicate that this is because they would bypass 4 spades to bid a no trump if they felt their hand was balanced. But he thinks with 5-4-2-2 that it's worthwhile to show the unbalanced hand type and show the spades. You don't like 2 spades by South? I mean, you have a 9 count. Your 2 long suits are both quite bad. Your shortest suit is your partner's suit that they opened, a diamond. I don't really see any reason to bid more than 2 spades. Passed hand, could it be any better? I mean, you could have ace 5th of hearts, king 4th of spades, and a singleton. Like, that would be a 7 count, and I would consider that better than what we have here. And it's not just about like high card points. Hey, Rob, thank you for the gift sub to PJF. Appreciate it. Now you can spam all the emotes. No one really uses my emotes. I feel a little saddened by this. I mean, Rob uses a few of them sometimes. How is a spade contract, by the way? It looks like... I mean, it looks like... Declare is going to have to play on this like cross-rough plan, eventually roughing a few diamonds in the south hand, but East is going to be able to rough in front of dummy. So maybe we make 9 tricks from here, losing a diamond and 2 trumps. Maybe not. I mean, maybe Declare can manage to do everything. So diamond comes back. I mean, West can kind of force this plan by overtaking to play another diamond if he wants, but elects not to. So now a heart ruff, and I think we'll probably see Declare cash the spade ace. No, he doesn't. This is safe. I mean, it also looks safe to me to cash the ace of spades and then just cross ruff from there. Wow, East doesn't even ruff with the queen. So Declare can make 4 if he does pull a second round of trumps, but it's not... It kind of has the feeling that that's not the plan he has for this hand. I don't really see any reason to avoid this line of play, because it's not like heart ruff, diamond ruff is gonna score him a ton of extra tricks if the spades are not splitting. He might finesse the trump now that East didn't ruff. I don't understand hooking the trump. Okay, he did play a spade to the ace. Because hooking the trump is the one way to go down, right? Oh, I suppose not. You would still take 8 tricks, but... whatever. Man, bridge is too hard if you're worried about all these over tricks all the time. I think you're right, though, that there was a possibility for him to hook the trump just because East had not roughed on the previous round. So 2 spades making 4. Could be a bit of a swing if the other table gets too high, like gets to 4 spades and goes down. Yeah, it's a bit of a weak inference, and it becomes a little weaker depending on how strong your opponents are. Like if you were playing this hand at the local club and someone didn't rough that trick, you could just like 100% mark that their partner has the high trump. But against these players of this quality, they will frequently not ruff with natural trump tricks. Or even in this case, a non-natural trump trick. Because East ended up losing his spade queen. So spade by West, 11 count, 5-4 in the black suits. You get takeout double by North, that looks pretty normal. Redouble by East, could have hands with 3-card spade support if he has extra values. 2 clubs by South, kind of just taking his partner off of a difficult position if he had passed, and letting him know that, probably that it might be safe to lead a club. Double by West shows clubs, and East does have a decision to make immediately, because East could pass out 2 clubs doubled. West would lead a trump, and I mean, like, East has some values, but there's the additional fact that he has 3-card spade support. So his side could easily have a spade game, and he probably thinks that's increasingly likely. But he does elect to pass out the double of 2 clubs. Well, I mean, so West hasn't led a trump yet. It's very possible that West might think his best chance of scoring a ton of tricks here is going to be to try and get diamond ruffs. And so he does go for the diamond opening lead, which is very sensible. Right, from West's perspective, he doesn't know they have a big spade fit. One of the things that could be happening on the hand is his partner is short in spades, and so there's no real reason to lead a club because dummy's not getting any spade ruffs. That turns out not to be the case here, that maybe a club lead would have been a little bit more effective, but I think this diamond lead's going to work out just fine. This looks good for north-south. Oh god, no, does it? Wait a second. I mean, I guess on the surface there's only like 4 losers. Well, 5. West does have a natural club winner. So there's a diamond, a spade, 2 hearts, and a club that they're losing. Can East-West make 3 no-trump? Well, East-West are never playing 3 no-trump. East-West would always be playing 4 spades. So we got to think about the merits of the 4-spade contract, which, I mean, Declarer can lead a diamond up towards the king to set up a discard for a heart, but does have to deal with 2 small clubs. It's possible, though, against 4 spades that North, based on the 2 club bid from South, would have just led the club ace, and that would have made the hand very easy for Declarer. But on a trump lead, I don't necessarily think a trump lead would beat the contract just yet. Declarer could win in dummy and lead a club towards the queen in hand, maybe. But it would be a little bit dicey. It would definitely be a little bit dicey to... Oh. What is this play? Oh no. Why did the 9 of clubs fetch the queen from West? That doesn't look right. Don't we want to duck that to the jack? Now Declarer can score 4 club tricks, low to the 7. Or, well, I mean, effectively, roughing a diamond in hand and then roughing with the 7 of clubs. A little suspicious. Maybe it didn't matter, though. Board 7, we did see the other room getting a little bit overboard. They got to 4 spades, and that contract did sail down 1. It might be possible to make 4 spades double dummy, but you would have to pick off the king, queen, double 10 of spades with East, and I think that's more or less impossible. And even then, I mean, if you have to pull 3 rounds of trumps, you don't get to cross-ruff as much as you want. So, well, let's keep our attention here on 2 clubs doubled. Declare is kind of picking the hand pretty nicely. East gets in with the 8 of diamonds. We'll probably play a second club. But here's where that Queen of clubs play kind of hurt, because now the 7 of clubs does score in the dummy. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Declare gets to win the 7 of clubs and now cross-ruff 3 more natural club tricks to end up going down 2. So minus 300. It might still be a bit of a loss for north-south if east-west get to 4 spades in the other room and don't manage to make it. Or it could be a small gain, right? 300 versus 420 is only going to be 3 imps. So I would much rather have east-west score on... What was this play? Oh my god, what was this play? Declare just went down an extra trick. What is he doing? Oh no. What? He could have roughed a diamond and roughed a spade. Maybe the Vugraph operator didn't actually get the first round of clubs correct. Like if that 9 of clubs did not fetch the queen and went around to the jack, then a second round of clubs going to the ace would make sense. And then Declare wasn't actually able to make this sort of cross-ruff plan happen, as I had mentioned. So I was a little shocked that Versace had, made what looked like an error, but maybe what we were seeing is a Vugraph error. And like I said, Madala's strength is Declare play. I don't think he would have made this mistake if the 7 of clubs was truly high and dummy. So I believe that there was a Vugraph error on the play. Because a lot of really weird things happened if that's how the hand actually played out. Well, now plus 500 looks a lot more appealing than 4 spades making 4. We got a Grand Slam alert. Oh, and it's not even one of these Grand Slams where PJF says Grand Slam alert and it requires like 3-3-3 splits and 4 finesses. This one just requires, like, Declare to cash a bunch of aces. 1 spade past 2-no, Jacoby, or, well, not Jacoby, but it's a 4-card limit raise or better. Probably. I mean, that's what everyone plays, 4-card limit plus for this 2-no bid. And usually people will have some sort of system over this. So the common Jacoby responses still exist, like 4 of a suit shows a good 5-5, that sort of thing. 3 spades will often show just like extras, often substantial extras. 3 no trump might show like 18 to 19 balanced or something like that. But most of the time, I think a lot of people play some sort of like range type things over 2-no. So could be like 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, or like minimum, medium, maximum type hands. That is somewhat common. Deciding which shortage to show, I don't think that's what's happening. Although it's possible that they have kind of rearranged some of these splinter showing bids and they do show shortness. But I think that has fallen out of favor because those hand types are rather infrequent, and regardless, you can show them better by going through relays. Like if North was able to show, say, I have shortness, but I'm not going to tell you where, then South could ask about it. Which does a bunch of things. I mean, it does... it conceals the shortness from the defense if your partner only has like a minimum game force. And I think it also just like saves bidding room in general. Yeah, we do see 2 spades doubled down 3, earn them, or not 2 spades, 2 clubs doubled down 3 on board 8, earn them 12 imps. The other table went down 2 and 4 spades, which feels like a lot. So we had the same start to the auction, a spade double, redouble, 2 clubs by South, and here West elected not to double 2 clubs for penalty, which caused East to just jump to 4 spades, which looks pretty natural to me. We get a heart opening lead. Ooh. Well, so obviously Declare could have just taken the heart finesse from the takeout double if they wanted to, and that would have led to a pretty quick plus 420, I think. But Declare did take the heart finesse. How do you go down 2 from here? You just lead a diamond to the king. What? No way. Excuse me? Okay, a diamond to the ace. Heart continuation. Oh no. Now Declare pulled trumps? Why are we pulling trumps? Like, we can just rough a club in the dummy and cash the king of diamonds to pitch our other club loser. What am I missing? I don't want to see the rest of the play. It's going to make me very upset. And I don't like being upset this early in the morning. It is cold. Basically everything on the hand we're looking at right now is cold. So 1 spade, 2 no, 3 hearts. Again, I'm not certain what North-South are doing over this, but 3 hearts, 3 spades, 4 clubs, Cupid, 4 no trump by South, just asking 5 spades, showing 2 with the queen, and 7 spades by Madala. Sounds as if 3 hearts showed substantial extras. So Madala is probably looking at these round suits and thinking, oh, partner probably has like the king of clubs and king of hearts, and he has neither, but it just didn't matter. The hand's not exactly over. I think we'll probably see a trump lead, but I'm not certain about that. Okay, now I'm starting to become more certain about seeing a trump lead. Like, the fact is that Lauria, sitting over here, has seen North show the spade queen, and as long as North isn't being a joker on this, it means he has substantial spade length. So the singleton queen is not really ever going to take a trick on this hand. But now that the trumps have split, Declare can just claim, doesn't need to mess around with trying to take a roughing finesse in diamonds or set up the club suit or anything. It would have been a more interesting hand if the trumps were 2-2 or 2-0, because then Declare would need to spend a little bit of time deciding how he wanted to play it. So board 10, East going to pass in first seat. I expect South to pass as well, but we might see some sort of preempt in spades is possible. I just don't think that South is ever going to open 1 spade, and he doesn't. So West in third seat will probably bid something, whether it's one diamond or some diamond preempt. I think I would prefer one diamond myself, but something like 3 diamonds is sensible as well. I'm not really convinced by a 3 diamond bid just because my distribution is so poor. 6-3-2-2, like, we really just don't want to get doubled, and the higher I bid, the more likely it is the opponents will double us. So West opens a diamond. We get a very, very off-shape takeout double from North. But I kind of don't mind it. His diamonds are so weak, he has 4 small, and he does have decent support for all the other suits. So a diamond double, redouble. South now has a big hand. It makes sense to me to start with 2 diamonds, but I mean, he might even be more aggressive than that. He might do something like just jump to 4 spades. It's a little bit committal when you can't be certain your partner has a real takeout double yet. Like, if your partner has a hand that's, you know, strong with clubs or no trump type, then, you know, jumping to 4 spades is going to get you to the wrong contract often. Okay, I like this decision, actually. 4 diamonds, right? Yes, North could have a hand with, like, 19 highs that is 2-2, 4-5 or something like that. But just forcing the hand to one of your major suits feels okay. PJF says, 4 major looks good when you can see all the hands. Doesn't it look good if we can't see all the hands, though? Like, don't we just lose 2 hearts and the ace of clubs? Or is it a little more complicated than that? Like, we ruff a diamond. We play a heart to the 10. We ruff a diamond. We play a heart to the ace. Well, I guess there's some difficulty in the play, right? Because we have to lose the lead twice, once to a high heart and once to a club. And if they tap us in diamonds 3 times, no, maybe I'm just like seeing ghosts. I think we can just play a heart to the 10, right? A diamond comes back. There's no guarantee they return a diamond either, but if they do play another diamond tapping us, which I think would be strongest defense for them, then a heart to the ace, play the king of clubs, and if that loses, the jack of clubs is an entry to the long spades. If it holds, we play the queen of clubs. And once again, if that loses, the jack of clubs is an entry to the long spades. And if it wins, now we just start playing spades. They can take their high trump whenever they want, but we've collected our 2 club tricks. And as I say this, East doesn't even find the strongest defense. I mean, obviously East doesn't know what Declare's hand looks like, but he is... I guess maybe going after a club ruff in his partner's hand feels a little bit ambitious. Anyway, that means there's going to be no trouble whatsoever for Declare and 10 tricks. So 7 spades bid and made on board 9 in both rooms. Take a quick look at their auction in the other room. Spade opener, we get 2 clubs by South. I think we've had a little bit of a debate about this in the past, where most players play that if you don't show 4-card spade support immediately, then you don't have it. But it looks like this north-south pair don't have that agreement. So spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. 2-no's weird, but given that a bunch of alerts followed it, maybe 2-no is some sort of artificial asking bid. But eventually, South took over with keycard, asked for keycards, and North once again showed 2 keys with spade queen. That was enough to bid the grand. Alright, so South passes in first seat, West opens a no trump. We get 2 clubs by North, showing majors. Will South pass 2 clubs? Well, he did. He definitely did. I tend to think that unless I'm 1-1 in partner suits, it's often going to be right to bid partner suit. So I don't know if I would have passed. It of course can work out, right? Like, you know, flip partners diamonds and clubs on this hand, and we have a 10-card club fit and only a 6-card heart fit. But with us being so short in partner suits, it kind of makes it even more likely that he has length. So North could have been 5-5 or even 6-5 in the majors. I probably would have bid 2 hearts, but pass seems okay. You get the 9 of clubs lead. This is an easy make, you say. There are, I mean, this might even make with an overtrick. It might even make with more overtricks. Like, I wonder if Declare is going to win the club ace. I mean, he'll definitely win the club ace. He might take a spade finesse, pitch a diamond on the ace of spades, play 3 rounds of hearts, pitching another diamond, see the jack of hearts fall, pitch another diamond on the 10 of hearts. And the fact that West has king, queen, jack, tight of clubs means the opponents really are only going to score 2 club tricks. So it looks like there's a bunch of ways to collect 9 or even 10 tricks on this hand in 2 clubs. I mean, with that said, it also looks like 2 hearts was a pretty easy make. Declare was going to be able to take the ace of hearts, a spade finesse, a spade ruff, the ace of clubs, the king, queen, 10 of hearts by roughing a club. So it feels like hearts probably made 10 tricks on this hand, or maybe like 9 tricks or something. You know, I said that he was absolutely going to win the ace of clubs. It does feel a little strange to not win the club ace. Like, it's probably okay. I mean, Dennis is presumably thinking about how do I get to 8 tricks? He's not worried about all these over tricks. But from my perspective, like, if that 9 of clubs happened to be from like 9-8 third or something, I don't really want to go about pulling trumps. Wow, he doesn't even take the spade. Oh, of course he doesn't take the spade finesse. He doesn't need it anymore. The diamonds are set up. So now just heart to the ace. Again, it feels kind of weird to not play the ace of clubs, but I imagine he will play the ace of clubs on the next round of the suit. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. Okay, he just claims. He said that he was going to cash the club ace, and he found out that the trumps all split, so 9 tricks. Wow, that's a lot of spades in West's hand. 7-card suit. Whew. Other table on board 10, we have seen a lot of like 10-imp swings in this set. Bid to only 2 spades, 3 passes around to a club by north, 2 hearts showing hearts and spades, with presumably longer spades then because of north's preference, and 2 spades passes out. Oh, also note that West didn't open a diamond on this hand. Maybe the diamond opener kind of worked against them. I mean, I think only for the reason that North made a takeout double. If 1 diamond fetched a pass from North, which I think some players would have chosen that bid, then it might be a little difficult for North-South to realize they have the stuff to make game. But okay, back to this room. Board 12. 3 spade opener from West. Looks like a pretty normal opening bid. Double by North. I mean, North only has a 14 count, and 2 of those values are Queen Doubleton of spades. But he does have 4-card hearts, and he figures that if his side has a game, he might be the one that needs to open up the auction. Yeah, I mean, the double is a little bit light, but I think it is going to see his side getting to 5 clubs, which puts a little bit of pressure on the opponents. Since it seems like 4 spades is just cold. Well, okay, I say that. Declare might play a spade to the jack. You're surprised East isn't interested in penalties. Well, I mean, East only has like 2.5 tricks in hand. It's not as if East was planning to double 4 clubs, right? East was just going to bid 4 spades anyway, hoping that they have 7 spade tricks and 3 red suit tricks. Yeah, East is interested in doubling them for penalty now. And this looks like it's going to be down 2. So maybe a small loss, depending on whether or not Declare guesses the spades in the other room. I don't think East should be going after the opponents, right? Like, there's no guarantee that your side even has any spade tricks. Your partner could have King, Queen, Jack 7th, and the opponents have like a singleton, opposite ace 3rd. So I would not double 4 hearts with East's hand. I would not double 4 diamonds. I would not double 4 clubs. And given that I'm not doubling anything at the 4 level, I think I'm just happy to try 4 spades, put a little more pressure on them, increase the preempt. Yeah, there's no guarantee we have a game, but that's kind of the point, right? Like, if the opponent's bid to 4 hearts, how bad do I feel passing out 4 hearts? Like, we can't do something like redouble and have it go 4 hearts pass to us and then bid 4 spades. That's just insanity. You have to make your preempt on the first round. So this will be down, I guess it's going to be down 1 or 2. Wait, did I say 1 or 2? Oh my god. Wait, what's going on in the heart suit? East can take 3 more tricks. This could be down 3. This could be a disaster for North-South. Whoa! I didn't even realize. I didn't realize how bad things were. Yikes. So I guess you could say big loss for the takeout double by North. Because I can't fault South for bidding with a 6-card club suit in this auction. He probably thinks with his small doubleton spade, his partner's likely on a singleton or even a void. And he may as well try for game. He doesn't realize that his partner has a bit of a joke hand. Okay, so Madala going to pull 2 rounds of trumps. Maybe even 3 rounds of trumps. Okay. Club to the queen. Very good. Yes, well played, well played. So the most testing line of play would be to lead a low diamond to the jack right now. If East flies ace, then Declare has time to unblock the jack, pull trump, sending in dummy, and use the queen of diamonds to pitch a heart. But okay, that's not how the play went. Let's get another undo in here. Let's bring back the VuGraph operator we had yesterday. I think it was a he, and I think he was very, very good. Okay, undo accepted. Very good. Once again. Come on. There we go. King. So Madala just looking for a 3-3 diamond split, which is not going to happen. Down 3, 800. That'll be some chunk of imps over to Vinci. Just depends on how many. You know, it's funny. If the auction had gone 3 spades, double, 4 spades, all pass, I think it would go down 1. Declare would, of course, take the heart finesse, but eventually would lose a heart, a diamond, a club, and take the spade finesse into the queen doubleton. So the auction of 3 spades pass, 4 spades, all pass would have made. The double had chances for it to work out, but not this time. Board 13. So North passes. You know, a little interesting that North, with an 11 count, I mean a pretty good 11, elects not to open. 2 passes. We'll see if South opens his 11 count. I think this is much worse than North's hand, but he is in 3rd seat. So I expect him to bid something. 1 club, 1 spade overcall from West. We see 12 imps on the other hand. Ooh, 3 spades in the West. So other room, 3 spade opener, North doesn't bid. And in this room, East, not fancying his chances of his partner having 7 spade tricks, elects to just pass. Go for the non-vulnerable part score. So it could have been a little better. Declare did guess the spades, but still a nice chunky 12 imps to Vinci. All right, a club, a spade, double, pass, 1 no by South. North needs to decide if he wants to invite. I would be tempted not to, but I also kind of understand like ace 10 third of spades now has increased in value a little bit. And he has as much as he possibly can as a passed hand. Whoa! Okay, I wasn't sure that 3-no would have been on my radar. But how does this contract do? I mean, the 3-3 club split is good news for Declare. Also on a spade lead, Declare might just collect 3 spade tricks. I think this is gonna make. I think Declare is gonna score 3 clubs, 3 hearts, 2 diamonds, and a spade if the opponents don't lead spades, and if they lead spades, this really is just gonna give Declare 3 spade tricks. I mean, optimistic bidding, and yeah, partner opened in 3rd seat, but still, he's going to be rewarded because the clubs break. I wonder if he even needs the clubs to split well now that, well, of course he does. Like, if the opponents get 3 clubs, they can just take the ace-king diamonds. Although, okay, you know, I say that, it's possible Declare will put up the 10 of spades at trick 1. And that would lead to the contract going down. So he's not officially made the contract yet. It is a bit of a difficult spot. And this is maybe another reason why just blasting 3... Okay, he does put up the 10. Yikes. This could have been a much-needed swing to get them back in the game. You know, so Ali says optimistic about the 3-no bid. One of the things that might be going through Dennis's mind is that he probably expects that they're behind by a significant chunk of imps. And if he's able to bid and make 3-no on this hand where the other table will not be in game, that could make the match a little bit closer and give his side a bit of a better chance to win the match overall, even if it's maybe a little anti-percentage. But part of the problem that we're seeing is that even though 3-no was technically making, no matter what West led at trick 1, your partner still has to guess everything correctly, and that just didn't happen. Well, now we're going to get a diamond lead up towards the queen 10, and West just gets to cash the diamond and run the spade suit. So 1 down, 1 board to play in this segment. That'll probably be a part score swing. And honestly, I think like well worth the attempt to play in the game. I mean, like I said, I probably would have passed 1 no as North, but in retrospect, it's... Oh my god! Well, so not only did the other table bid to 3-no as well, North opens a club, could be short, a spade showing no trumps, I guess, maybe 1 spade shows clubs, 1 no by North, and then South with their 11 count elects to just bid 3-no. This feels crazy to me. This feels absolutely insane. They got a heart lead, but the spade suit is like super frozen. I don't know if I've seen a spade suit like this before, because so Declare only has 1 trick on his own in the suit without setting up tricks for the defenders. But if either defender breaks the suit, he has 3 tricks. Like if East leads the jack of spades, it can go queen, king, ace, and then he takes a hook against the 9. And we saw if West led a spade, as long as Declare didn't put up the 10, he would take 3 tricks. It's kind of an incredible position. So, I mean, to some extent, Dennis was absolutely right. He needed to be in 3-no to even just push the board. Wow. So last board of play, currently the margin is 43 imps. That is after one segment. I think we've seen some matches that were like lower scoring than this after all 4 quarters in this event, over 56 boards. So diamond by south, a heart by north, a no trump by south, a no trump alerted. Interesting. 2 no by north, relay to 3 clubs, and now north is gonna show his hand, so 3 diamonds looks like it's showing hearts and clubs. What does south do over this? South has a pretty good hand, save for the fact that he doesn't really have heart support. So 6 clubs makes by north, or by south. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And I wonder if they'll find it. Like, the pointed suit aces is kind of a big deal. Right, when partners showed the 6-5 hand type. So you have no losers outside of clubs and hearts. And the queen of clubs is going to be a huge card for partner. So I like what South has done so far. I mean, a lot of his bids were forced. Like 1 no trump was forced, 3 clubs was forced. But 3 spades is kind of saying, I don't want to play in hearts, right? He could have bid 3 hearts if he wanted to play in hearts. But I'm also not convinced that 3 no is the right place to play. And so this has led Dennis to bid 4 clubs natural. We get a 4 diamond Q bid. We now have a 4 heart Q bid. I think we're going to see a 4 spade Q bid, and Dennis will probably just jump to 6 clubs over that. Like, South is not Q bidding second round controls in this type of auction when partners marked with shortness. So Lauria pausing a little bit to think over 4 hearts. I mean, maybe he has some sort of suspicion that a heart lead might be necessary to beat some contract. But I don't think he can really afford to double 4 hearts because that'll get rewound. So he passes. My thinking is I would bid 4 spades as south because, like, once I've done that, I've kind of showed my hand. Like, I had kind of mentioned earlier over this 3 diamond bid, the pointed suit aces are really the main feature that is protecting partner against having losers outside of his own suits. But we might see Madala elect to bid keycard. Okay, this is maybe a little pessimistic, I think, because of course he has the option to queue 4 spades if he wanted to. He might be worried that, you know, the small doubleton heart is a little bit sad. And I suppose from like an imp perspective, he's technically right. You're gonna need the heart suit to split and the club suit to split to make the slam. So it's probably pretty close to being 50-50. Maybe a little bit worse. But 5 clubs it is. This could have been an opportunity to pick up some imps. Now, in 5 clubs, I mean, I have to imagine that the line of play taken will be the same in both contracts, at least for the most part. Something that might happen, though, is, like, let's say we get, I don't know, a generic lead, like a spade. Dennis will win the spade ace and go ace of hearts heart. And then once a spade gets returned and ruffed, he might ruff a heart low, trying to protect against, oh, I'm sorry, Dennis isn't playing. Madala's playing. But he might ruff a heart low on the third round, even though he knows West is going to overruff, because it could protect him against some sort of bad split in the club suit. So it's very possible he might only take 11 tricks, but he might also ruff the third round of hearts high. So spade to the ace. Declare definitely going to go about his work of setting up the heart suit now. No, no, please don't. Come on. Don't be like this. Wow, other room on this board found their way to 4 hearts. So how'd that auction go? South opened a club. Diamond by North showing hearts, and no trump, just weak no trump. 2 diamonds by North, artificial game force. 2 hearts by South showing a doubleton, because South would have bid 1 heart with 3. 3 clubs by North, natural. 3 diamonds by South, natural. 3 hearts by North, natural. 3 no by South, natural. And North electing to just bid 4 hearts with the 6-2 fit. So they never really found their club fit. At the other table. Yeah, it is difficult to get to the slam, and the slam isn't like perfect. Right? You do need the hearts to break at the very least, and then the clubs to not split particularly badly. But I think at this table they had a chance. They just needed... Where is it? Where's the auction? We just needed Madala to continue his good work of Q-bidding 4 spades. Had he done that, I think we would have seen 6 clubs from Dennis. But he elected to be a little bit more conservative, just sign off in 5 clubs, figuring he had done enough already. So the margin now sits at 44, and that's going to be a little bit disappointing. I wanted to... So in the other room, we have Dubois and Donati for the Vinci squad. And for Daisy Chain, we have Seddon and Francesca, maybe? I'm not familiar with too many of those players. But it looks like in the other match, that at least the other one that is live... Oh, we still have 4 boards to play in this one. I guess we can stick around here. France Green is crushing the Patchwork Gremlins, or whatever their name is. Featuring a large pickup, actually, on board 9, where there was this Grand Slam. So we saw both tables bid 7 spades in our match, but in this one, only one of them got there. We had a 2-heart overcall by West. In, what is it? This was in the other room, so I don't know who the West player was. North-South are playing a bit of a fancy system of sorts. But South eventually became captain in the auction, and given the 2-heart overcall, did not like the position of his ace, queen, 10 of hearts. So elected to just sign off at the 6th level, and that cost him dearly. I guess I would say this match is a bit closer than the other one we were watching, but it's still 26 imps currently. This is kind of funny. Everyone's overcalling with the majors and everyone's passing with South's hand, 6-card club suit. So everyone gets to play in 2 clubs. Why are people ducking the opening club lead? That's very confusing to me. Like, it's probably okay. I just don't really see the reason for it. I would have been tempted to just like take a spade hook and start pitching diamonds. But I guess these guys know better. They know that there's no real risk. It's just ace-king doubleton of diamonds on side. Now a spade comes, and once again, Declare doesn't need to take the hook. Can just cross to the heart ace, go ace of clubs club. We did see Dennis Bilde in this position just lead a low club rather than cashing the ace from here. Which, I don't know, feels weird to me, but maybe he knew the club position anyway and just didn't care. Declare spending a little bit of time thinking about what to do. It's true that if the remaining clubs are all stuck in one hand together, Declare is going to have some problems, but yeah, he does work out to just exit a club, pulling a couple trumps, and that will be the end of the hand. Can score a beer, can and probably will score a beer. By the way, you can get back to hand, pull the last trump, unblocking the 10 of diamonds, play the 9 of diamonds to the queen, dropping the jack, ruff back to hand, and run trumps. Collect that 7 of diamonds at the end. Very important to do so. Oh, is the other table not done? No, we're like all caught up. The other room has the same pace of play, and I think that's the room with Grossack and Rimstead in it. So they must not be playing against 2 juniors once again, because they've zoomed through the set yesterday. Well, we've seen 3 spades opened on this hand twice so far. It feels like the most natural opening bid. Some people might open a spade. I don't know. Unless your system just lets you open 1 spade with this hand, it looks like 3 spades is the most natural, but West here likes to open 4 spades. Maybe thinking that systemically 3 spades doesn't really show his values. Now, of course, after the 3 spade opener, we saw a whole bunch of different things going on. So 4 spades could win them a sizable swing. Maybe 3 spades will fetch a takeout double at the other table, like Dennis Bilde tried, and result in a large minus score. Eight of hearts lead is going to scare Declare a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just ducked the opening lead. And then when South wins the 10, it's going to be even more scary, right? Like, you know, this could easily go down, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, this 8 of hearts lead, so it's going to go 8 of hearts to the 10. South is going to switch to a low club, because what else? And North is going to win the club queen and then put the 6 of hearts on the table, maybe. Wow, this could be incredible defense. Yeah, so North has to like continue this deception because like the 8 of hearts looks like it's high from shortness, and the fact that South won the 10, you know, makes it sound like South has the King Jack 10. Sometimes you can get these like pictures in your head of what you think is going on with the hand, and if the defense can diagnose that that's what's going on from declarer's perspective, then they can present you with some real problems. But all right, North tries to cash the club ace, and that means declarer is going to be able to comfortably pull trumps before attempting anything else. Now, I mean, with all that said, it's still very possible that declarer does something wrong from here. Like, maybe declarer should be doing something like trying to throw South in to get a heart lead away from the king in some end position. So he could try running some trumps, see what kind of discards the opponents make. Like, South is marked with the club king. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, this is a big opportunity for declarer to still go wrong. And this is only a mistake that, like, players who are familiar with squeezes could make. But if declarer runs 4 spades, pitching a heart and 3 diamonds from dummy, and then plays a diamond to the ace, he's in a 3-card end position. And if he truly thinks South has the king of hearts, we know that South has the club king. North turned up with the ace queen and didn't lead them. Then South has been strip squeezed. So I wonder if we'll see declarer go down from this spot. That would look very tempting to me, because the alternative is just to take the heart finesse. And that's only going to work if North has led a heart from King Jack small. There is a downside. So I guess I'll say it like this. There's an upside to just taking the heart finesse, which is that it's simple. If the heart king is on side or the suit is 3-3, we make the contract, right? Very easy. I think it's highly anti-percentage from a bridge logic standpoint, though, just due to the opening lead. But the issue with the strip squeeze is that we might have to guess in the end position, right? If South has stiffed their king of hearts, we're going to have to guess to cash the ace, dropping South's singleton king. But West is taking a lot of time to think about this. I'm not familiar with this West player, so I don't know if he's a strong declarer player, but a strong declarer would be able to pick off this strip squeeze possibility pretty quickly. And then it's just a question of what do you want to play for? Okay, so he does cash a spade. And it's absolutely safe to cash 3 spades to try and get more information about the hand before doing anything else. So he can cash another spade, pitching a diamond, cash another spade, pitching another diamond, and maybe the opponents will give him some information from there. So another spade, North is going to have to ditch something. Can he combine chances, play a trump or 2, play the ace of diamonds, and exit to jack of clubs? No. The strip squeeze will not function unless he's cashed all of his trumps. So he's now at the crossroads where he has to make a decision. I mean, technically not. He could still cash a trump and take a heart finesse. But I think cashing the trump is going to suggest that he's playing for the strip squeeze. And the defense has done very well. I mean, North has done an excellent job just pitching a bunch of diamonds, coming down to the singleton queen, because this makes it look, again, from declarer's perspective, like North is sitting on a long diamond suit. and therefore short hearts. Well, I don't really understand this line of play, because this feels like it's just losing. I mean, it's not like losing, but it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Actually, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe this is fine, right? The fact that South never threw a heart means that if North started with a doubleton, South would have 3 hearts and the king of clubs remaining. So Declare can just exit the jack of clubs, pitching a diamond. Yeah. If South had the king of clubs and 3 hearts left, it's fine. Right. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, I believe Declare had a 100% like information squeeze, where like the effect of the squeeze was not necessarily to collect tricks he wasn't entitled to, but to gain information. So if South had ever thrown a heart, then Declare actually could have just ducked a heart, and then the 4th round of hearts would have set up. So the fact that South wasn't able to pitch a heart means that now he's either down to king of clubs and 3 hearts, in which case club pitching a diamond makes tricks. Is he going to find it? I think this would be a very, very well-played hand. No, he roughs the jack of clubs. These guys are idiots. I don't even know who lets them play bridge anymore. It's beyond my understanding why some of these players are allowed to play at the table. I'm being so rude, but also fair. I am being completely justified in my rudeness. Like, jack of clubs pitch a diamond, I think would have been like a brilliantly played hand. Because then if South exits a diamond, we now have a count on the heart suit, and therefore North has more than a doubleton heart, and then must have the heart king. So we know the heart finesse is working. What is taking so long now? The funny thing is, if Declare plays low on this trick, he still makes it. Oh my god. Look at this from the VuGraph operator. The director is already at the table for slow play. Oh boy. Just, what is going on? Brilliant. I mean, just absolutely brilliant there. He is able to swindle an over trick out because the opponents got so confused by his line of play. And the 9 of hearts just holds. And then I'm sure what was going on though was Declare was trying to run the 9 of hearts into South, and was just shocked to see it win the trick in the end position. But, oh man. Well, a hard-earned 1 imp for their side. Alright, board 13. So we've seen these hands before. This one, in the other match, both tables reached 3-0 north-south on their 22 highs, and basically just a massive misfit. So diamond by north, 2-0 by south. In this room, both tables reached 2-0. It's funny how some teams stack up against each other, where, you know, you see a bunch of push boards, but if you compare like cross-team results, you would get a wildly different scorecard. So we'll probably see 2 pushes, or a push in this room at least, on this board. 2-no making some number of tricks. Again, we've kind of hit on the fact that any lead for West is bad for their side. Club sets up Declare's suit. A heart is going to guess the Jack of Hearts. The Ace King of Diamonds will set up the diamond suit. And a spade somehow magically blows 3 spade tricks. But, I mean, look, we just have to lead the 4th best spade, right? Or apparently 5th best spade, depending on our opening lead conventions. So at this table, I expect Declare to guess the spades correctly, because if West has the 9 of spades, then we can kind of keep the spade suit frozen, and that's exactly what happened. A low spade goes to the Jack, we win the Queen. Whereas at the other table, it made a ton of sense when West had showed all the defensive values to try and win the 10, hoping West had led from the King Jack, and then just repeatedly throw West in to continue leading spades away from his king. So Declare has 3 spade tricks, 3 heart tricks, at least 1 diamond trick, and at least 1 club trick. Will make the contract. What has the VU-graph said about juniors? You wanted to see So the VU-graph operator just said that North has joked that the directors at this play for slow table, which is very unlike juniors. So Queen of Clubs switch, Jack of Clubs. I will note, and I say this every time in the robot events that I play, that this auction, a diamond pass a no trump and a diamond pass 2 no trump, specifically shows clubs. So the fact that West has switched to clubs, West has not been listening to my streams. I mean, then again, it looks like it may well have been the correct defense, because what other tricks can the defense collect? So a club goes around, and that will be the last trick for the defense. Push board, on to the last board of the segment. This match a little bit lower scoring, although it has still kind of been an explosion of imps for one side. They're currently leading by 25. Ooh, right. So the last hand here is exciting. The other table got to 4 hearts. Once again, not diagnosing the club fit. So far, the only pairs who have been close, or the only pair who's been close to reaching 6 clubs was Bilde and Madala at the table that we were watching. But they also didn't quite make it there. Kind of pulled off at the last moment to stop at the 5 level. All right, so East passes, South opens a diamond. Looks like, once again, North-South are going to have an uncontested auction. Probably. I mean, I say that. Maybe East is going to find a spade overcall, but he does not. Oh. Oh, he does find a spade overcall. Well, this might make things a little more challenging for North-South, because West is going to stick a large spade bid on the table. I wouldn't even be surprised if West tried 4 spades, but I think 3 spades is probably enough. And, you know, obviously North will bid some number of clubs, like 4 clubs, but that might just fetch a 4-heart bid from South, and that'll end the auction. Double? Double? I don't like that. I think I would pass this as South. Double? No. 3 no? Don't we pass the double of 3 spades? What? How bad was 3 spades, by the way? If they get a diamond ruff, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losers. I guess it's only 300. I don't know. I would be very tempted to pass as South, right? I have no heart fit. Partner obviously doesn't have diamonds, or they wouldn't reopen double. And I have a spade trick. 3-no doesn't look good. I don't think I have any tricks in that contract. The opponents are just going to knock out my spade ace, and I'm going to, you know, go down 4 from there. Well, the way the auction is tempoed out, it's starting to look a little bit more attractive for North-South. Now North has pulled to 4 clubs and clearly indicating quite a strong hand with this bid. 4 clubs is, of course, forcing. I don't know what I would do as South. I mean, maybe I would just raise to 5 clubs. The issue is that our bidding room has been squashed. That, yeah, I like 4 diamonds if it's going to get interpreted correctly as a Q bid in support of clubs. And maybe it should be, because we didn't bid 2 diamonds over 1 spade. So we can't have, you know, a really long diamond suit on our own. So okay, I'm on board with the 4 diamond bid. That can't really be natural. Has to be in support of one of partner suits. 4 diamonds, 4 hearts. I expect South to correct back to 4 clubs, or 5 clubs. But we'll see what he does. I mean, he might be on a little bit of uneasy, or might have uneasy footing. Is that the phrase for it? Well, whatever it is, he might be a little uncomfortable with the auction so far. And maybe just says partner's 4-heart bid clearly is an offer to play. So let's pass. Well, he does go back to 5 clubs. Whoa! They did it! I don't know how they got here. You were right, PJF, though, that it seems pretty clear that North was the one who decided to bid the slam based on the strength of a singleton spade. Jeez. Now, I mean, the hand's not exactly over, but it's pretty close, because we're going to play 2 rounds of hearts and then rough the 3rd round, and East is going to follow, so we just have to rough it with the queen. Like, I guess the only way a declare could go down is if, after going ace of hearts heart, getting tapped in spades, he cashes 2 clubs, like the queen of clubs and then the ace, before roughing the 3rd round of hearts. What? I guess this is fine, actually. There's nothing wrong with ducking a heart because you were going to lose it anyway. And if the hearts are 4-1, I think you're just going down. But it still feels a little weird to not go ace of hearts heart. All right, ace of hearts. It's okay to cash the ace of clubs, but I don't really see the need to do so. Like, I don't think you can really make against 4-1 clubs from here now that you've been tapped in spades. So it does ruff a heart with the high trump, now is going to claim on trump splitting. 10 imps. So France Green shooting off to a 35 imp lead in the first segment against Patchwork whoever.